The story begins with Riley competing in a hockey game, where his emotions, joy, anger, fear, disgust, and sadness, work together to help him achieve victory. Joy reveals that Riley is now 13 years old and has undergone many changes in her life and personality. At the foundation of her memories known as Memory Island, Riley now possesses a strong sense of self-confidence. She also has a noble heart, often helping her friends and successfully making new ones in junior high school, including Grace and Bree, who have also become her hockey teammates. Returning to the match, because Riley's personality is dominated by joy and kindness, she and her team manage to win. A coach from a prestigious high school, who's watching the game, invites the three of them to join a hockey camp. Although Riley's parents are supportive, Riley herself feels anxious, recalling an incident in a previous match where she accidentally knocked down an opponent and received a foul. In response, Joy decides to erase these bad memories along with other unpleasant ones that Riley has had. Joy wants to retrieve memories of Riley's victories with her friends and invites Sadness to accompany her. The place symbolizing Riley's identity is filled with positive memories, which come together to form a trust tree. One night, while the emotions are sleeping, they are awakened by a sound, which turns out to be coming from Riley's puberty button. After Joy throws away the button, their emotional headquarters is suddenly invaded by workers who start tearing the place down, claiming that new emotions will be coming in and they need a bigger space. Riley begins to experience overreactions to everything. A little pressure from Sadness on the console makes her cry, and Riley goes through physical changes ranging from body odor to the appearance of acne. Riley, Grace, and Bree are dropped off by Riley's parents at hockey camp. Riley is very excited because she believes they will all attend the same high school and continue playing hockey together. However, disgust discovers that Bree and Grace are hiding something. Grace accidentally reveals that they won't be able to stay together because they'll be attending different high schools, and this hockey camp might be their last chance to play together. Hearing this, Riley becomes very sad and cries, influenced by Sadness. In high school, Riley accidentally collides with Valentina, a hockey player she idolizes. The incident causes the console to turn orange, signaling the emergence of a new emotion, anxiety. Other new emotions also appear, including envy, which is jealous of things like Valentina's hair, and embarrassment, or shyness, which Riley often feels during adolescence. There's also ennui, which makes Riley feel lethargic and uninterested to the point where she only uses her phone to access the console. Riley is faced with a difficult choice, whether to stay friends with Grace and Bree or try to befriend Valentina, whom she has just met. Anxiety grows increasingly worried because the next 3 days are crucial for Riley to make friends in high school. These emotions show her the worst-case scenarios, where Riley could annoy Valentina and her friends to the point of becoming a loner in high school. Suddenly, a nostalgic emotion, which shouldn't have appeared at that time, emerges. Valentina takes Riley to the locker room and introduces her to the high school hockey team. Grace and Bree show up, and in her excitement, Joy inadvertently causes them to scream, disturbing everyone, including the coach. As a result, the coach gets angry with Riley and punishes all the camp participants by confiscating their cell phones. Joy's actions do not create a good first impression for Riley. During a break, Riley overhears Valentina and her friends expressing doubts about Riley being accepted by the coach, which prompts anxiety to devise a plan to get closer to Valentina to win her sympathy. The plan works. When the teams are divided, anxiety takes control, aiming to get Riley on the same team as Valentina while leaving her friends behind. This decision destroys the trust tree, a symbol of Riley's friendship with Grace and Bree, which deeply disappoints them. Anxiety wants to create a new belief tree using memories centered around itself, but this plan is opposed by Riley's other emotions. In response, anxiety orders embarrassment to lock up the old emotions so it can proceed without interference. Anxiety places Riley's memories of wanting to enter high school and leave her old friends behind into her core beliefs. These memories are then taken to a secret room, meant for the disposal of dark memories. There, they encounter Bluefy, a character from a children's movie that Riley used to watch, and Lance Slashblade, a character from a game Riley once loved. Also present is Riley's darkest secret, which she has kept hidden. The group begs Lance to help them escape, but Lance can only roll around, unable to help directly. Bluffy then summons his bag to help them escape using dynamite. Although they are caught by the guards, Lance manages to roll over and catch the guards off guard, trapping them in a locker. Before returning to headquarters, they realize they need to retrieve Riley's trust tree, which Anxiety had thrown away. Joy leads the effort to recover the tree, but they get lost as their usual path is blocked. The next day, Anxiety takes over and pushes Riley to train hard to make the hockey team. Valentina is there too, and both are pleased that the plan seems to be working. Valentina even asks Riley out to dinner, leading Riley to ignore her old friends once again. Meanwhile, Joy and the others arrive at the River of Consciousness and realize they must follow it to reach the Tree of Belief. They need someone to return to headquarters to bring them back, and Sadness is chosen to go through a tunnel. Elsewhere, Envy makes Riley eat food she dislikes. Joy and her companions are puzzled to see Riley eating broccoli and are forced to use it to climb out of their predicament. Anxiety continues to place numerous anxious memories in Riley, causing her Tree of Belief to turn an ominous orange color. Valentina and her friends tell Riley that her fate lies in the coach's hands, determined by a book that records Riley's good and bad deeds, which further exacerbates anxiety. As Anxiety tries to make Riley look cool, the plan backfires, making Valentina and her friends uncomfortable. Meanwhile, Joy and the others are still trying to climb out, using broccoli. During a conversation, Riley is asked about her favorite band, and she embarrassingly mentions a band she liked in middle school, revealing she hasn't moved on from that phase. Anxiety, in a panic, summons all of Riley's memories of music, accidentally bringing Sadness back to headquarters. With no suitable band to mention, ennui boredom causes Riley to answer sarcastically, which unexpectedly creates a chasm in Riley's River of Consciousness, dubbed the Sarcasm Chasm. Joy tries to call for help from the workers on the other side of the ravine, but the voice that reaches them is laced with sarcasm, making communication difficult. Grace and Bree arrive and remind Riley that she still loves the band Get Up and Glow, and watches it to this day. Shortly after, Valentina's friend mentions that Valentina, as a newcomer, immediately scored 2 goals and made the team, causing Anxiety to become even more frantic. Anxiety starts bringing down a flood of memories and spots Joy and the others below, continuing their journey. Anger, disgust, and fear begin to feel hopeless and blame Joy for their situation. For the first time, Joy, usually so positive, becomes angry and expresses her exhaustion from always having to stay up at beat while the others only complain. Joy begins to cry and Anger manages to calm her down. They then use a worker's plunger to climb to the top of the memory cupboard. Meanwhile, at the office, Sadness is caught by Embarrassment, but instead of turning her in, Embarrassment helps Sadness hide. Joy and the others eventually enter Imagination Land, which has changed slightly and now features gossip that Riley likes. They find refuge in the imaginary pillow as Riley sleeps, a place Anxiety controls, creating many bad possibilities that prevent Riley from resting. However, Joy and the others create calming imaginations that help Riley fall asleep. Anxiety realizes this is Joy's doing. Angry at being outmaneuvered, Anxiety sends security guards after Joy, who escapes by riding a future career balloon. Frustrated, Anxiety wakes Riley up by making her worry about the coach's notes, pushing Riley to sneak a look at them. Joy instructs Sadness to stop her, and Sadness uses Riley's cell phone to make her sad, just as she is about to open the notebook. Riley then notices Sadness's presence. Anxiety finds Sadness in her room and takes the cell phone. When Riley finally looks at the notebook, it says she is not ready to join the team, causing Anxiety to panic even more and scramble for new ideas. Anxiety demands big ideas, but Joy and the others try to climb onto one of these ideas to return to the office. Unfortunately, they fail and fall, but Fear deploys a parachute, saving them. Anxious, Riley dyes her hair like a hockey team member, again ignoring her friends. Anxiety then insists that Riley must score 3 goals to make the team. As Joy and the others arrive at the place where Riley's discarded memories have piled up, Anxiety adds another memory that causes Riley's new belief tree to form. But instead of boosting Riley's confidence, it leads her to think, "I'm not good enough," causing anxiety to panic. Sadness is asked to help Joy, and the others return to the office, with embarrassment aiding them. However, anxiety destroys their means of transportation, leaving Joy feeling hopeless. A rare moment of vulnerability, Joy looks at the discarded memories, feeling confused, sad, and anxious, realizing she has lost something important. Despite their despair, they know they must return to the office. During a hockey game, Riley acts selfishly, influenced by anxiety, as she desperately tries to score a goal. Riley's selfish behavior escalates, leading her to take the puck from her teammates, which results in a penalty after she injures Grace. Joy and the others are swept into a place where Riley's beliefs are formed, and the bad memories become part of these beliefs, further panicking anxiety and making Riley even more anxious. The newly arrived Joy can't uproot the belief tree, so she tries to make anxiety understand that they can't control Riley's identity entirely. This realization leads anxiety to relinquish control, allowing Joy to replace the negative belief tree with a more balanced one. Joy and anxiety come to understand that they can't define who Riley is by just one set of emotions. The new memory tree reflects the complex mix of emotions that make Riley who she is. They all hug the tree, becoming one, which calms Riley down. Later, Riley honestly shares her fears about starting high school and being separated from her friends, apologizing for her recent behavior. She begins to feel joy again and finds peace. Riley continues to play hockey, this time casually and happily with her friends. That afternoon, as Riley and Valentina await the coach's decision, anxiety begins to worry, but Joy manages to calm anxiety by telling her to sit on a massage chair. Riley is now a cheerful teenager, in the process of finding herself, and is finally accepted to play hockey in high school. Later, Riley's parents ask about the hockey camp, and she tells them she was accepted. Elsewhere, Joy visits Riley's darkest secret, with the intention of revealing it, but the dark secret becomes scared and retreats, ending the story. This is the end of the movie. That's all for today. Subscribe and like if you want more videos like this.